As mentioned earlier, in a 35-page report from a quasi-independent oversight board at Facebook, they have upheld the Trump ban. Now, they cite two posts, one that's said in part, quote, "We love you, you're very special," and another, "Great patriots, remember this day." Joining me now is cybersecurity attorney Leeza Garber. Leeza, your thoughts on this decision?
Hi, Charles. Great to see you. Legally, this is completely in Facebook's hands. They created this oversight board, which they call affectionately a Supreme Court. It's made of about 20 people, lawyers, academics, and former politicians. But realistically, until laws change, Facebook and every other social media platform really can regulate themselves.
But so this oversight committee said that the Facebook management team themselves shirked their own responsibility. They failed to enforce their own rules with only a temporary ban. But where's the consistency? I mean, okay, we just had Representative Green on who pointed out that you've got world leaders, you've got people with great influence who from time to time, and I guess it's up to interpretation, but seem to be inciting violence and other things.
Exactly. And this is what's so frustrating. What we saw from the Oversight Board's decision, which was not unanimous, they said that really the problem here is Facebook needs to employ their laws in an overall even manner. And really, it's uneven if you look at Facebook's operation around the world. We see world leaders and other high-profile politicians in Vietnam and India most recently that Facebook really wants to do business with these countries, and they will allow these leaders to stay up. Now, the problem is also the Oversight Board did say that Trump's speech did incite violence, and they need to see more of a standard for Facebook to go to that's specific. And that's why they will revisit this in 6 months to have a more specific explanation from Facebook. So we have to wait and see.
So you started off alluding to the fact this is a private company and they can make private decisions. But let's consider Facebook closing in on 3 billion users around the world. Is it time to admit they are the public square? And if they are, should they be held to different standards that protect free speech?
It's true, and they do consider themselves a public square, and the idea of free speech on social media is something that's been hotly debated for years. And really the issue is whether you're talking about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, they set their own policies. And until federal law changes, nothing else will change. Now, that's not to say that states aren't
but do you think it's time for federal law to change, though? I got that, but do you think, as an attorney and someone who understands this area, should the federal government be looking closer to maybe changing these laws?
Personally, the question really comes down to, does Facebook get to decide everything? And I think the answer to that is simply no. When these federal laws were enacted, they did help create the internet as the thriving community we know today. Right. But when we look at how Facebook moderates, there's attorneys, there's human resource professionals, there's academics, but who should really decide what stays up and what comes down? And we've seen the problems with Facebook, with hate speech, with misinformation, with extremist groups. These are serious issues that have to be addressed, and they're not addressed evenly around the world.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, I'm not sure how many hearings they're going to have in Washington, D.C., but we all hope at some point we do have those addressed. Leeza, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charles.